Chelsea. Currently, I've just become a junior stylist at Excentric. Before this, I was apprenticing another stylist. I was a makeup artist. Okay, so I started in the salon, working under another stylist, doing reception work and a bit of apprenticing, and then I started studying with Flow full-time from January till June. Full-time every day, 5 days a week. Learned a lot, did a lot of practical. Then went onto the floor, apprenticing, helping Flow, apprenticing under him. And then now I have become a stylist in 9 months. Okay, so with regards to hair, I did always want to do hair, but the issue that I had was the fact that I had to study for so long and it would take so much time, and personally the need to start making money was very urgent. I didn't want to have to sit around and study, specifically because I had studied something else already that didn't really work out. Well, it worked out, but COVID happened and blah blah blah, and I really wanted to do hair. Yeah, those were challenges that I had with regards to hair. And then I found Flo and his course just fitted really well into what I wanted to do in the time frame of how I wanted to do things and the quality of work that I wanted to produce. Okay, so Excentric is obviously very well known, very high rated salon. The potential to grow is enormous. I have worked in another salon before as a receptionist, and I've just found that people don't really always give the opportunities to grow. They don't want to take the risk of apprentices perhaps messing up work or whatever. And I feel that this company really strive on making everyone be the best they can be. And if they are struggling with anything, one can be honest about it, and certain training will be implemented for that person to grow with something that they are struggling with. The fact that there is weekly training, which is really important. You're not just standing behind one stylist and blow drying and passing foils, and then it takes you 5 years to actually do anything. It's constant skills upliftment, learning about products, learning about extensions, learning about everything that is like super salon relevant. And also the fact that the apprentices are rotated amongst the stylists, so you get to work with everyone and learn different techniques, different things, and you actually are trusted to do the work as well. Okay, so once again, my time frame of things, it made me be able to learn a lot in quite a short, compact space of time, which was quite important for me. I'm quite hands-on and very practical, and I didn't feel it necessary to have to study and waste so much time and getting unnecessary hours when you could just be doing the work, getting the practical, get the experience. And what I liked about this course that I did was the fact that it was quite compressed. It's not really spread out, which allows you to learn quite a lot, and you don't forget as the time goes on, and everything's dragged out when it doesn't necessarily need to be. You can kind of learn everything, and all the stuff that's relevant, salon relevant, which is super, super important, There's no point in studying something, then you go into the work environment and you actually have to relearn everything again anyway. So that was really nice for me, that I was learning things that are happening now in the salon, that I could actually, after the course and doing all the practicals, I could go onto the floor and be trusted to do work with my stylist that I was working under, because I knew how to do it straight away. So to be honest, I feel that I've learned a lot more in a short space of time because of how compact everything was, and it wasn't like we do one thing and then another and then another. I learned so much, and because I also came into the course knowing a little bit about hair, it did help. But as someone who doesn't know about hair, the way that the course is designed, it is actually designed for someone who doesn't know anything about hair, right? But the way it's been put out, it really activates your brain, and you think and you learn, and you're constantly wanting to do things the whole time. I feel that I jumped a few levels quicker than, let's say, other people that I know that I've studied in the past. I've overtaken them a little bit in the sense of knowledge and knowing how to do things. because sometimes the longer courses, even though they are longer and there's more time allocated, it's not always salon relevant things that are being taught, right? So you will learn one thing one way, but actually in the real world we can do that one thing 5 different ways. And I learned all of those 5 things, all of those techniques, all of those everything. So someone who, let's say, has studied for 2 years, now only coming into a salon, must still learn all those things. And it's almost like constant studying, constant learning, constant all the time, where I firsthand learned what actually goes on in the real world in the salons. So that sped up my time frame really, really quickly, and my career really quickly. So instead of wasting a lot of my time kind of sitting around and learning how to do more things after I've already spent a lot of time learning one way of doing things, I'm able to start working quicker, start making money quicker, building as a stylist quicker, growing clientele quicker. So I definitely think I've had a very big advantage over other, let's say, students that I know of and what they've been through personally. Okay, so the best thing I found was it's very technical. So everything is backed up by a certain reason. So it's not just like, oh, this is what it is. If you have questions, you can ask. There's always a reason behind certain things. Everything is really well thought out. And like I said, from the previous question, you know, it's not like, oh, this is one way of doing things and that's it. It's let's find how to do it better, how to improve, how to, you know, there was a few aspects of the course where it was very intense in a way of, instead of doing, let me use an example, like highlights one way, you do them 5, 6, 7 different other ways, and you wouldn't learn that in a normal course environment. I haven't found that anyone else has learned kind of the things I did. The reason is based on real life experiences in the salon. So, and you're taught by someone who is actively working in a salon, who's actively facing challenges in the salon and actively finding solutions to those problems. So you're also learning from someone else's like mistakes, basically, which is quite nice because it prevents you from making certain mistakes as well and finding out like the hard way. And I think that's also really important when you're taught by someone who's actively in the industry and finding out new things, new techniques, new ways of doing things. So you're always on trend, you're learning things that are happening right now. Okay. It helped a lot personally on a motivational level. I was a lot more motivated and goal orientated and really pushing, and that helped me personally and career wise, because then I could get to where I am today super quicker than the usual and be confident doing so and be more confident in myself, which is always important to have confidence, self-confidence. So my work's improved leaps and bounds from the beginning. Very slow in the beginning, you're very nervous, where now I'm trusted to do kind of everything myself. I can make my own decisions, I can put suggestions, I can come up with ideas as well that we also do end up using, where before you're kind of nervous, you don't understand, you don't know why, where now I understand the science behind a lot of things, the techniques behind a lot of things, and why it works and also why it doesn't work, which is always good, you know, because you can, if you make a mistake, you'll be able to fix it if you understand how and why it went wrong. I found it the difference and better in a sense of you're not wasting your time, you're not spending 4 or 5 years waiting to become a stylist. You learn a lot in a short space of time, and it's effective and useful information that you learn, instead of it being like kind of you learning the basics and then in the salon must now still learn and spend 2 years in the salon before you gain confidence, where with the course you do the practicals as well on dolls first and then on real humans, so you kind of break that confidence barrier by doing it on some real person as well. So by the time you get to the salon and you work under a stylist, you're like, okay, cool, I've done this before, I've got this, I'm confident. It's not something that the stylist will now need to try and train you to do and show you, and you have to kind of stand on the side and watch for like 3, 4, 5 times you can do it straight out of the course. You know how to do it, you've done it already, and you have a lot more confidence to do it. Okay, yeah, definitely, I definitely would. The salon environment is a very positive, uplifting atmosphere, all about learning, all about growing, all about being the best you that you can be. And I also think what's really important is not wasting your time. You know, we're all here to succeed and to grow, and there's nothing worse than wasting time and feeling like you're not getting anywhere, because that, I feel, also hinders your confidence and your willingness to grow and your motivation, because you feel like it's just taking so long. Are you going to get anywhere? Like, am I going to be successful? Where with this, you're like, I'm doing this now, I'm achieving now, I'm going to be successful, boom, and then you start working. Yeah, there's also a sense of pride that you get from working in such a high-rated salon. You feel really good about yourself that you are good enough to work in such an environment. You work with quite high-profile clients and just normal clients as well on a general basis. And making people feel good is honestly one of the best feelings ever. So yeah, the environment in the salon is really nice. You never feel like you're not good enough. Another thing with the course, personally, what was really nice is you're not just told one way, you also ask, like, what do you think about this, how would you do this? And what's nice about that is it actually makes you think personally for yourself, instead of just listening to what someone says and just agreeing. You kind of come up with your own, and that's also important because you have to use your own brain once you are a stylist, so that's really cool. And also what's nice is the fact that if you're not 100% right, what you are right about, you're made to feel quite good about it, and what you're wrong about, it's more positive criticism instead of you're stupid or you don't know what you're doing and you feel like terrible about yourself. It's more, you are still made to feel confident, like, okay, this was, yeah, it wasn't too bad, or that I really liked your answer, but maybe we could do it better and by implementing this and this and this. So you're never made to feel stupid, you're never made to feel like you don't know what you're doing. Some part of the response you'll get is good, and then the positive criticism to do it better next time then also makes a nice balance. I'm very happy where I'm at and where I achieved this. Like I said, working in quite a short space of time, I was very motivated, very goal oriented. I set out my goals and I managed to achieve it in the time frame that I set out for myself, which I find you can do when you're not so spread out. You know, you set your goal, you just work towards it and you grind and you achieve it. I feel I've gained a lot of confidence, a lot of knowledge, and I'm excited to learn more and grow more.